Welcome to Group Dates and Hot Takes, a Bachelor Nation podcast. I'm Sampy.
I'm Christy. We're recapping Bachelor in Paradise.
So, Christy, this is my first ever season of Bachelor in Paradise. What the heck is going on? Help me understand this. I am very confused.
Well, it's kind of a wild mess with people coming in and out. So far we've only seen people come in, but there's just a lot happening. Also, I think this season there's more people than normal on the first episode. So that could be part of the confusion.
So it's a revolving cast?
Yeah, so like they said, 3 people are going to go home at the next rose ceremony, and then some more people will trickle in. We might even see more people come in before the next rose ceremony.
So how do you how do we escape the season then if they keep bringing more people in? How does it ever end?
Eventually they stop bringing people in, and then they'll say something like, "Oh, if you don't see a long term with this person, then you need to leave." And so then you'll end up with a few final couples.
Huh. That is kind of bizarre. Okay, and so then they're alternating each week who has roses to give?
Yeah, so after the next rose ceremony, the women will have the power, and then it'll just keep alternating.
That's a little strange.
It's also just a lot more relaxed than the normal seasons, which I like.
Well, I guess that makes sense if you have theoretically a higher possibility, statistically speaking, of actually ending up with someone out of it.
Yeah, we've had quite a few paradise couples over the years.
And how are they doing in terms of longevity?
Well, one couple has 3 kids. Another had a couple of kids and got divorced. Another couple has a baby on the way. Actually, 2 of them. And then there's just some other ones who, I guess, recently got married. So to me, it has a better success rate than the main shows.
Okay. Interesting. I guess maybe that makes sense, since again there are just more potential couples versus just one potential couple from each of the main.
You also get to spend a lot more time hanging out with the person, because you can basically hang out all day for however long you're shooting, whereas with the main shows you get 3 dates or something before you get engaged, so it's a lot better.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, since you're not trying to split up one person's attention across 25 people or whatever. It's a lot more one-to-one in terms of the amount of time that can be spread around. But okay. Well, I can't promise that I won't find this as awkward as the previous seasons that we have covered together. But I guess let's get into it. Hopefully I can adjust.
Yeah, we start off with a preview for the season, which was basically the same as what we saw at the end of the episode, it seemed like. So
yeah, they always do that. They're like, here are 15 3-second clips showing people crying and throwing things and punching each other and kissing passionately.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll see this at some point. Whoa.
Yeah, if somebody says they are vaxxed and waxed, I don't remember who that was, but
And they were very excited.
yeah, and then
It's just, yeah, I guess. So that's the other thing, I guess, is so there's just gonna be like a lot of nudity here, or almost
I
nudity.
mean everyone's wearing like a bikini or something, so they're
Unbelievable.
on the beach.
Well, I guess that's why you gotta get waxed then.
Yes. We see a bunch of intro videos of some of the people that show up later. There's not really much here. The only one that's like really worth talking about is Victoria.
But I don't want to talk about Victoria.
She's your favorite.
No, she's not my favorite.
Well, she has had a rebirth, an awakening, a transformation.
I love how they like sort of framed that initially, like, oh yeah, she's gonna be reasonable now.
No.
But then she's like, no, the queen is dead. Now I'm goddess Victoria. Because I guess, did she have black hair during Matt's season?
No, it was like a darker brown, I think.
Okay. So yeah, so basically she dyed her hair blonde. So now she's a blonde goddess. Which I also this did happen later, but I was just laughing. I think it was Connor who was like, "Oh, you made your cuz she had this weird like goddess crown or whatever to replace her tiara," and Connor was like, "Oh, like you made that out of zip ties?" Cuz like it was definitely zip ties. Like
I think somebody found it on Amazon. It was like $20.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, "This is super expensive." Like, no, like literally, you just like spray painted some zip ties or something. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't
really
that impressive.
No, the other thing I was really laughing about was when she was talking with the group of people, referencing how she was a goddess from Mount Olympus. which is the Greek pantheon is actually from Mount Olympus in
I mean, we don't expect her to know that.
No, it's just so funny because what was the word later then that she she was trying to say chivalry or chivalrous, and she was saying chivalrous.
Like she was cold or something.
Very like it's very funny to me.
Yeah, she's got that whole narrative going.
Oh yeah, and it's just it's particularly funny to me, I think, because obviously people aren't going to be interested by the same things or have the same understanding of things. But it's just funny to me to see someone try so hard, but also really clearly doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, she's just oblivious to how she comes off. She thinks she's like hot stuff, but it's just the complete opposite.
You could see all the eye rolls as she came down those stairs.
Yeah, people pretending to be excited to see her.
Oh wow! Oh man, I missed you so much. Oh no, you didn't.
No.
You were hoping so much that she didn't show up.
But nope, we all knew she was going to be here. Producers were not going to pass up that opportunity.
Unfortunately, no. No, I mean, I really didn't know most of these people.
Yeah, because you didn't see Peter's season, so a lot of the girls are from that.
Yeah. Yeah, though, I of course did know Champagne Girl.
Kelsey.
Because that, even though I was ignorant of Bachelor Nation at that point, it still managed to make itself, make its way all across the internet. Because was she in Peter's season?
Yeah.
So she had a date and had a bottle of champagne and opened it up and decided it would be a good idea, I guess, to take a swig from it. And it basically exploded all over her face.
Yeah, it was one of the funniest parts of that season.
Which is very, very hilarious because she was not expecting that. And now that is her identity. She is Champagne Girl.
Yep, that was her job description even on this episode.
Well, I mean now, right? They don't even care about the job descriptions.
No.
They just put the description of what you would know them as. Well, any other interesting tidbits worth mentioning from this section?
Probably just Kenny with his black box, which is going to be recurring throughout the episode. And actually, fun fact, Kenny has done some like nude modeling. So this is like, I guess, his whole like identity as well.
So can I just say though, is that really a fun fact?
Well, I was just adding some more like some things to his character for you.
Like you were filling in the gaps of the season. Okay, I appreciate that. I don't agree that it is a fact. I don't know about fun though.
Yeah, maybe not fun, but
yeah. And so there's some controversy, I guess, because was he really nude?
no, I really don't think he was now, because somebody posted on Twitter like a screenshot of like him with the black box, but you can see his mic pack on his lower back, which has to be attached to something.
Maybe they just got some crazy glue, just stuck it to his butt.
Yeah. Plus there are other screenshots where like you can see his Speedo and they forgot to black box it. So.
Do you think that he was fully nude for part of it, for the beginning of it, or no?
I mean, I feel like no, just because everyone has to be mic'd up. So like even when he came down the stairs to meet David Spade, like he's talking there and we hear him. So
yeah, but I mean, you at that point, like, I don't know the exact logistics of how it would have been below when all of them were together, but I mean, he was like, they very easily could have had, a boom there theoretically.
yeah, that's possible.
I mean, I think there's no question that he wasn't fully nude the entire time, because I did also, I saw a picture of like the cord leading down to his mic pack and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you gotta create drama.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the first time they have black boxed people who weren't actually naked on this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is kind of like a running thing.
And are they just afraid of wardrobe malfunctions, or?
I don't know exactly. I think some of it is just for laughs, just to make it look like somebody is more naked than they actually are.
Huh. Though I think there will be instances in this season where the black box is justified.
Yes. I think we saw somebody taking their top off, so in the preview, I think it will be needed.
There's also, yeah.
Not the first time someone has taken their top off on this show. Actually, Demi, who we saw as the cliffhanger, when she was on, oh wait, I'm thinking of a different person. Never mind. Keep going.
Well, I mean, I was just thinking of the bit in the promo, and I want to say it was the super annoying lady who came in towards the end.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
Demi.
it's probably wasn't. Was it Demi? I thought there was.
The one
I
that
thought I
they
was thinking
ended on?
somebody else.
Who had
I
the
mean,
bikini
maybe.
you said you didn't like?
I guess so. I feel like that was the one. I feel like it was her who flashed those people.
I think it was.
Yeah, I would not be surprised whatsoever. I will ask: Is this champagne girl milk of magnesia to stop sweat from making makeup run? Is that a real beauty hack?
I've never heard that before. I don't understand. I don't know what magnesium's role would be in stopping water droplets from appearing. I mean,
I have no idea.
I didn't notice if she was any less sweaty than everyone else.
There were some very sweaty people though. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Because she was talking to Wells, I guess it would have been. And he was like, "So, you put a laxative on your face?"
Yeah, I feel like that's not a thing, but I could be wrong.
So speaking of Wells, though, explain that to me because I don't really understand his deal.
I mean,
who
he's
he is
just,
or why he's here.
Yeah, he started, like he said, this is like his 5th season being the bartender. Apparently, he does actually know how to make alcoholic drinks, but he's really more so just like someone for the cast to talk to while they're there, kind of thing. This season, I think he has more of a role because Chris is no longer there, Chris Harrison. So,
but like, was he on The Bachelor at one point?
Yeah, he was on JoJo's season of The Bachelorette quite a few years back.
And it didn't work out.
No, he's now engaged to Sarah Hyland from Modern Family.
Okay, so, but they offered him a job for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the bartender role since before Sarah.
Wait,
I
since
guess,
but no, but not before he was on The Bachelor.
No, that came after. But I guess he was enough of a fan favorite that they keep bringing him back each year.
Huh.
So he's just kind of there to observe the drama.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what else here. I mean, of course, Connor's back. They're not gonna miss that opportunity.
Nope.
Tell me a little bit about Grocery Store Joe.
So he was on Becca's season, actually. The one they teased that was going to be showing up.
Okay.
So he went home night 1. And
way to make an impact.
Yes, well, apparently, like, when he went home, there was, like, all these people tweeting about him, like, because I guess people just thought he was good looking and couldn't believe he got sent home. So then he shows up on Paradise, I guess, 3 years ago, maybe. And then dated Kendall, and then they dated after the show and then broke up. And now he's back.
And not sure about it.
Yeah, he's having second thoughts.
Well, how do you feel about the absence of Chris Harrison and Chris Harrison's replacement?
I don't miss Chris. And David Spade is funny. Like, for a while, he has done, like, these Instagram stories, like, making fun of the show. So this is kind of, like, an extension of that, I guess. So I liked his vibe.
I mean, he is like pretty active on social media from what I've heard. And kind of stays stays active and is fairly hip and with it. I mean, like, his voice annoys me, but he is funny. I will admit that.
I like all his little quips and remarks.
Yes, you do love a good quip, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, even at the very, very beginning, with him sort of imitating Chris Harrison.
Yeah. Like, this might be the most dramatic season.
Yes, because that's always the case. Welcome back, everyone. This is the most dramatic season in Bachelor history. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, so we see Abigail arrive first on the beach.
Oh, Abigail.
So she it's kind of weird if you're the first one, you're just kind of wandering around by yourself. And then Joe comes next.
Mm-hmm. All sorts of little quips here and there. Can't mention. Too sexual.
Yeah, if you watched it, you know what we're talking about. And then Ivan arrives with an extra button open on his shirt because we're at the beach.
What's a little nudity here and there?
Yeah, and Ivan and Joe both discovered that they are interested in Serena P. So that should be interesting.
Dun 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 dun.
And guess who's
Drama
next?
already. I certainly have no idea.
I mean, it wouldn't be Serena P, would it?
No, definitely not. No, the producers would never do such a thing.
Never.
No.
Yeah, we see her, and then Kelsey arrives to meet David, I guess, and he can't get the champagne bottle open.
No, it's like I guess I don't understand this, right? Because like they're meeting David Spade, right? They don't need to impress David Spade like they would meeting like the Bachelor or the Bachelorette for the first time. So I don't really understand why she felt it was necessary to bring a bottle of champagne.
Oh, I think that was just keeping her character arc going with the champagne. I don't think it was like a...
Yeah, but I thought she was over that.
Yeah, but producers are not going to let you forget that.
Or maybe it wasn't that she was over it. She had made peace with it, maybe.
Yeah, she's able to like laugh at herself, I guess is the thing.
But man, yeah, no, he could not get that bottle open.
Yeah, we even had to go to a commercial break and then come back, and he's still struggling.
Oh man, that was pretty funny. Could not even get it open. When Brennan arrived, he just seems like such a pretty boy.
Yeah, everybody's talking about his looks.
It's like, okay, you have like this trendy haircut, not like trendy facial hair, and that, trendy beach shirt. But what's really your deal? Are you any more than that?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he made top 4 in Tayshia's season, so he's pretty well known.
I did not see that season, so I know nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing about it.
Then everyone makes fun of Joe's fashion because he arrived in a t-shirt, gym shorts.
I mean, he basically showed up as a dad. Let's be honest. Let's be totally honest here.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do the normal like beach attire that everyone else did.
I will be honest, though. That's probably what I would have been wearing, too.
Yeah. So Natasha comes next, and
So, where is she from?
she's from Peter's season. And actually,
Okay.
she and Joe and Tasha have a podcast called Clickbait. So it's kind of weird seeing people who are
Oh, wait,
running-
grocery store Joe?
Mhm. Yeah, he and Natasha and Tasha have Clickbait, which is like an official Bachelor Nation podcast. So it's funny seeing them on the beach now.
Huh, that is very strange. Because I was not sure I was a big fan.
Yeah, Natasha, like, I liked her on Peter's season. I don't know why when she arrived, she seemed like talking weird, like putting on this like voice. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was strange.
it felt quite put on. I was like, what is going on here? This is really weird.
Also, another thing to keep in mind is that a lot of these people have probably been talking with each other, and some have probably even met up before Paradise, because we had like such a long time between Paradise seasons. So these people hang out all the time.
Isn't that illegal?
I mean, I bet producers probably wish that wasn't happening, but there's not much they can do to stop it, I think.
Huh. That is very strange. I could not get over Tammy.
Oh, Tammy was a bit of an instigator and kind of annoying on Peter's season.
And I don't understand how someone confuses David Spade and Dave Chappelle. Like, I hate to say it, but it's like night and day difference.
Yeah, they don't look anything alike.
No, I mean, David Spade is like basically as white as you can possibly be. And Dave Chappelle is very black.
Yeah,
I mean, they're both comedians, but
I'm thinking that I don't think she mixed up their looks. I think she mixed up which name went with which. That's the only justification I have for that.
still, it's like, I don't know, they're both such distinctive personalities, too. It's not like, because they're both fairly well known, but they're also both, like, well known for their own very specific things. So it seems a bit weird to, like, have that be the point of confusion.
Yeah, she also burped loudly, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, she's gonna be one of the problem people.
So next we just have a few, they show kind of in rapid succession. Jasenia comes and Trey.
Yeah, they don't have time to show all these
No.
intros with David Spade.
No,
They got to
and
get a
Aaron.
move on.
And then Kenny comes with the black box, of course.
I just.
And then Noah arrives. Do you remember Noah from
No.
Claire and Tasha? He's actually was.
Christy.
Huh?
I was just saying, please. Of course I don't remember.
He says he's interested in Abigail. Noah was actually homeschooled, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, I did not catch that.
Oh no, that was from the previous. I think I heard him on some podcast say that.
Okay. So, bringing in more details. Excellent. Yeah, there's just a lot of awkwardness all over the place.
Yes, well, Joe was a big contributor to that. Like, he and Serena are chatting, and he calls Toronto ugly from the outside. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe don't lead with that, because she is from Toronto.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was thinking saying that.
No, I guess he was trying to say that like he appreciated like Toronto and stuff because it was beautiful on the inside, but unwittingly made a comparison and an analogy, which is not. I mean, I can't speak for all women, but I would be willing to bet that most people, including most women, wouldn't want to hear an analogy referring to them where the city is ugly from the outside.
Yeah, not the best opening line. For sure.
Yeah, it's like, man, your hometown is an absolute disaster. But you know, it's really kind of homey and charming once you spend some time there. like no, that's not good.
Yeah, and then we see like an interview with Joe where he's already losing it because Serena reminds him of talking to Kendall. I think you guys just met. It's too soon to be like on the precipice of leaving the show.
Too soon to be having a mental breakdown.
Yeah. This is day 1, like hour 5 maybe.
Yeah. Well, what you gonna do? It's just sometimes people remind you of your ex, you know, and it just breaks you down. Makes you question everything.
So now Victoria arrives. She says she's looking for her sun god.
Yes. Yes, I'm a sun goddess. I'm looking for my sun god.
What a nightmare.
My word.
What a character.
I just don't get it.
So we see Marissa and Mari arriving.
And where's is Marissa from Peter's season as well?
I believe so. I think one of them went home really early as well, so I don't know them that well.
Okay.
But
because Mari was from Matt's season.
Yeah, I think so. Boy, that's going to be confusing having Marissa and Mari.
Probably not any more confusing than having all the millions of Serenas last season. Or not last season, but Matt's season.
So Kenny says he was looking forward to meeting Mari, and they chat about their age difference, which I didn't catch how old she is, but I think Kenny is like 40.
Yeah, Kenny is 40. Kenny is old.
Mm-hmm.
Real old. I would imagine Mari's probably like 25 or something.
Yeah,
25,
probably.
26.
So next, Tajwan arrives, and she was one of my favorite characters from the previous season of Paradise. She was just so hot and sweaty. There's a scene of her just chugging spaghetti in the pool, like she's eating spaghetti.
Oh my word!
She was just so funny.
I mean, you could see basically whenever you had a shot of her, she was like visibly sweaty.
Yes, this poor girl. I don't know why she came back, but she's very entertaining.
No, she needs she needs a cooler climate.
Yeah, which I can relate. I don't think I would like that climate at all.
She like needs to be on like Bachelor in Scandinavia or something.
Yeah. By the way, did you notice Serena's hair curling up as the day went on? It was like kind of straight when she arrived, and by the end of the day, it was full on curls.
That's what happens in the humidity, people.
So once Trey sees Tajwan, he's like, I know her. So she reveals that she went on a date with his uncle,
which is now her occupation.
Yeah, it's just the
dated Trey's
thing.
uncle. That is like, how does that even happen? I mean, I guess like
it's his mom's brother apparently.
Hopefully, much younger brother.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Because like obviously that can happen, right? Where you have a family that they end up having like a child really late, and so their older kids were already having kids, and so there's not nearly as much of an age difference. But yeah, that's kind of weird.
So James arrives next along with Victoria P from Peter's season.
I still don't understand why people like James. Specifically like them. Like what did I miss?
I liked his fashion, but that was about it.
I mean, he dressed like some sort of like like mid-19 or early 1900s like British aristocrat.
That's why I liked his fashion, because it was so different and like out of place. Like every week he was just like overdressed. But now that they're on the beach, that's gone. So he's lost interest for me.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I mean, I guess I like him more than Carl.
I don't know. Carl is more like wild and crazy. It's kind of a different kind of thing, which he's actually the next one to arrive.
Carl literally is literally insane. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, he is just like, he should be in a mental institution.
He's so like lacks self-awareness. Those kind of people are really funny to watch on TV. Because they have no clue how they're coming across. But someone, and I didn't catch who, says, imagine Carl kissing anyone. There's some real shade.
I mean, who knows? I feel like he and Victoria spent a little time together.
Could be a match made in heaven.
Yeah, the question though there is that, because sometimes you have, like annoying people go really well together, and sometimes they don't. Because sometimes when you have somebody who's really annoying, they need someone who's just like, basically just like in a vegetative state, essentially, to like counterbalance how annoying they are. And like somebody who's just like, I literally like, I don't like, I barely even care about existing, so whatever, it's fine, I don't care.
Oh, so you think they're too similar or too chaotic for each other?
I mean, they could be. I think it just it depends on, because I guess it's because there can be different types of like personalities, like that people who are so ridiculous like that can have. Sometimes they need somebody else who also has that same sort of level of drama, and sometimes it has to be like the complete opposite. So I guess I feel like Carl might not care as much, because I feel like perhaps Carl's annoyingness doesn't necessarily come quite as much from narcissism. Like, I think he's just like, he has all of this energy and he is completely not self-aware, versus I think Victoria is not very self-aware, but she's also like very self-centered.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
So it may not work, but I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah, he arrives and all the guys from his season pretend to like seeing him. Also,
oh, we're so excited to see you. Ah.
yeah, because they were the ones who like unionized to get him out. So I bet.
Oh yeah, they did. They wanted him gone.
Also, there was like this weird little scene where like Tajwan asked him what his name was, and he like refused to tell her. It's very strange.
Yeah, I still don't.
Like she asked twice.
Yeah, I mean, eventually he told her, but she was just like looking there, like jaw dropped, like, what the crap?
Yeah, very bizarre.
And then after she had an ITM, and she's like, I don't ever want to talk to Carl again. I don't know why he thought that was like the way to make a good impression.
Yeah, it was so weird. And he was also wearing tennis shoes on the beach.
He was a slightly overdressed. Yes. Yeah, a fair amount of lack of self-awareness. Even the fact that like the scene that they showed where he was at the beach with the people and they were commenting on it, and he was like, "Oh, they're waterproof," and he kind of like danced towards the water line. He was like, "No, actually, they're not." Like nobody found that funny.
No, it was lame.
Wow, Christy coming out guns blazing. But yes, no, it was lame. But it's just the idea, right? Like
he's so extra.
You want to make a splash, but like maybe make a splash in a good way, right?
Yeah, he tried. Didn't work.
I just.
So,
Man.
David Spade calls everyone to the living room, which didn't really look like a living room to me, but whatever.
No, it's basically just like a fancy lean-to.
Yeah, and informs them he won't be taking his shirt off, which is a good thing. And
yeah, he's a bit flabby under there. A little undefined.
Yeah, he said he didn't have enough muscle. So Wells joins them and gives them the rules, which are basically, if you don't have a rose, kick rocks. Then also 3 women will be coming home or going home this week. And then we have a whole weird little segment where the men are like enjoying the power they have, which I didn't really like. They were like, "Oh, the women have to come to us. Like, we're not going to approach them." It's like, come on, people.
I guess I would say I found the entirety of that thing very weird because I found the whole men segment very, very strange. But also I wanted to ask this as well. So the guys do have to coordinate with each other in terms of who they're giving roses to.
Well, it's done one at a time. So like they will call, say, Ivan up and he'll pick a girl, and then they'll call up Noah and he'll pick a girl. So it just kind of, you can only pick from what's left when it's your turn.
Wow, that is disturbingly transactional.
Yeah.
But back to less disturbing parts of the episode. Yeah, so I found that men segment where they're kind of reveling it kind of weird. But I also, I mean, it was kind of funny, but it's also just like strange as well, because the women had their own segment, right? Well, where they were talking about all that and how they were just like really griping about, oh man, we're gonna have to like, because the guys were like, oh, we're not gonna do anything. We're gonna make them come to us, and the ladies were like, we're gonna have to make an effort. We're gonna have to like reach out. And I just found both of those ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like whoever doesn't have the power, you have to like go after it and be proactive and aggressive. That's just kind of the way Paradise worked. You can't just sit back and hope someone picks you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying maybe more in the grand scheme of things, because typically, right, in the real world, people do expect, like,
Well,
there's this
yeah.
expectation that, like, oh, the guys are gonna put forth all this effort to, like, as Victoria said, you know, I want to be courted, you know, and like
Mhm.
that idea of like, and the expectation, oh, the guy is going to do all this work and do all this, and like it's very foreign to them to be put in that position where they have to kind of be a bit aggressive and intentional about actually trying to get somebody to like them.
Yeah, also, they should all know how the show works. Like, they've all watched Paradise before, I would think. So, this is not a surprise.
Christy, we're not going to miss an opportunity to complain, okay? All right, like that just gotta complain about absolutely everything. It's just how life works.
Mm-hmm.
I just still, man. So this is pretty typical then, where you kind of move into the evening and people are just like hang out in groups and then like split off.
Yeah, this is pretty normal. So we see just lots of different conversations. We hear this little soundbite where Natasha says she dated a guy who was 50, which stood out to me.
Yeah.
She's 33. I don't know.
And it's not as that's not as bad if she was like 24 like a lot of the other people, but still, that's
Yeah. It's a weird little.
That's pretty old.
I would maybe have not disclosed that on national TV, but it's just me.
I feel like you also probably wouldn't have dated somebody who was 50.
That's also true. I mean, I don't know at what point she did that, but she's 33, so hopefully it wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, dear Lord, that would have been not great. Because then at that point, if it's any sort of years ago, it's getting into the very strange territory of like, this person could be your parent.
Yeah. I mean, that's already a 17
years,
age gap
yeah.
right now. So
Don't like that. So explain to me how the dates work in Bachelor in Paradise.
it's pretty simple. It's just a date card like randomly shows up. Like James walked in with it and it has somebody's name on it and they get to pick. I've also seen where like it's a duel kind of thing where like two people get to take two people. So it's like a double date, but usually it's just one person who gets to choose.
And how often does that happen?
I mean, I would say multiple times in episodes, like at least twice usually.
Okay. And so why is it so different? Because people can just go leave with people.
Well, no, you can't leave like I guess the villa or whatever unless you have a date card. Like you can't go into the city, for example.
Oh, I didn't know people went into the city.
I mean, on non-COVID seasons, they have quite a bit. I don't know where this piñata setup was.
I mean, I would assume just in a conference room in the resort.
But yeah, she picked Noah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait. Can we take a brief moment to appreciate how Victoria kind of fell flat on her face.
Yes. She had like this. If you smile at a guy for 5 seconds, he'll come over to you.
So she talks a good game, right? She's very much she talks herself up a lot. Yeah, she called it the 5-second rule, which I don't think is an actual thing. I think she made that up.
No.
But yeah, I guess the idea was, you look at a guy, you smile real seductively for 5 seconds, and boom, they're hooked. They come over and talk to you. But it didn't work.
No, it failed.
While we're on this topic, it seemed like she was out of her element, and maybe we'll see how she handles things as things progress. But there was a lot of like, I don't know if it would go so far as to say angst from her throughout the episode, but a lot of just like, oh, I want to talk to people, but oh, I can't talk to people, like that sort of thing. Right? Like she was at one point she was talking with Tammy, I think it was, and maybe some another person or two, and Tammy was like daring her to go talk to somebody because like she wouldn't, like something like that. So I don't think she's as brave as she pretends to be.
Yeah, I think it also doesn't help that none of the guys are really going to take her seriously after the way she behaved on that season. So she's just there, but like nobody's going to really be going after her, I would think.
Oh boy. Yeah, so back to our regularly scheduled programming here. The date. So it just goes to a random person, and then that random person can choose another random person to go with them.
Yeah. So usually the Paradise dates are not all that interesting either.
Yeah, I mean, they were just in a giant room with a bunch of piñatas.
Yeah, just talking, drinking.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that it was gonna kind of blow up at one point.
Oh, when she was talking about friend zoning guys a lot.
Yeah, because she was talking about, I guess, how she moves really slowly, and he was kind of like, well, like we're on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, which is not very long in terms of filming.
And he kind of seemed uncomfortable with it, and she seemed uncomfortable with it. And then, then she was like, yeah, then I'm just like, I end up in the friend zone with guys a lot. And he was like, who does that, though? And she's like, me, I do it. I friend zone them all. And he was even more uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was a little awkward, I have to say.
Yeah, which is, again, why I thought that it was maybe going to end quite poorly.
Yeah, but they eventually smash some piñatas, make out. So I guess
they managed to, because he in his ITM, he was saying, like I like her. I gotta make sure I get out of the friend zone.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like smashing piñatas, and then he like went over to her and he's like, smashing faces, because in Noah's mind, you don't kiss your friends. which generally is true, but I can't say for sure if it's going to work with Abigail.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, boy.
So we should talk about Trey and Tajwan real quick. So I thought they were not going to be a pair after the whole uncle thing.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a cooling off there. I think Trey wasn't totally sure what to do.
But then, like, they're chatting, and then they're all of a sudden making out. Like, what? Didn't understand this at all. I don't know how he was able to get past the whole made out with my uncle thing.
Look, Christy, do not say that, okay? She said she kissed his uncle. We don't know the extent of it. Okay, it could have just been a friendly goodnight kiss. Okay,
It doesn't matter. Like,
we don't want to make assumptions here.
and she said that Shag was a better kisser than his uncle.
Which, I mean, I guess it's a bit better. I mean, it's terrible, but it's also a bit better than Katie reminding Mike of his mom. Because at least like that, you know, as weird as it would be, like that is less. It's a little less weird. It's a little less.
Only slightly. I mean, this really creeped me out for some reason.
Yeah, but she's at least not related to his uncle.
No, but
Mike
Trey
is related
to
to his
the
mom.
uncle.
Yes, but like putting your, like, sort of substituting your mom, like, mentally into a sexually charged situation is way worse than, like,
Yeah, I guess.
making out with somebody's relative who you made out with a while ago. Look, it's all weird, okay? It's all weird.
True.
But I would argue that it is a bit less weird. But yeah, and I was like, why are you, like, they were just like, zoom in.
Yes, we had a lot
Like,
of zoomed in.
We don't need to see this, okay? My eyes, my poor eyes.
I always think of the camera person then. The one doing the zooming in.
Hey, it's better than working at McDonald's.
True.
Yeah, at least they get paid the union rates. Yeah, I just, oh man, and the whole freak out about the bug.
Oh yes, I forgot about the bug. Man, I would not do well on this show. So many things that would just not work for me.
Here's like, look, I can handle the dating a bunch of people at the same time, but I draw the line at large insects
And crabs.
and crabs. Oh man, Joe's whole angst was just
A lot. He's like talking to Wells, and he's like, I don't know if I belong here. No point in being
like,
here.
I want to
to
leave.
Yeah. And then, here's Joe and Serena talking, and it's all better.
Oh yeah, because she reminds him of Kendall.
Yes, I guess so.
And I just
They made out a lot.
Yeah, despite the 12-year age difference.
Yes, 35 and 23.
Which is just, yeah, I'm sorry. This may not be very progressive of me, but that is strange.
Yeah, I don't get why she's interested in him. She even said they're at different points in their life.
Christy, spoiler alert. She wants a rose.
Oh, well. Yeah, I guess you gotta pick somebody.
Look, you gotta diversify, okay? Right? And well, you know, she seems to be fairly popular. You know, she's, you know, well liked by the people. You know, you gotta lock in your place. And if nobody, I mean, because nobody else talked to him, because he was just moping around the entire day. So you have a conversation with him. You spend a little bit of time, let him make out with you. You know, laugh at his jokes and his angstiness, and boom, that's a guaranteed rose, baby.
Yeah, it's a good game plan from that perspective. He was also wearing socks with flip-flops, which was pretty funny.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I wouldn't do that outside the house, let alone on a beach. It's hot out. Why does he need socks?
It was a fashion statement, okay?
I wasn't a fan, but it was funny.
Yeah, and of course, right, you then had that whole montage of all these people being like, "Oh wow, we're probably the first Bachelor in Paradise kiss."
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just like 7 people said that.
Yeah. That was a lot of making out for only like a day or 2.
Look, they're only there for a little bit of time. Okay, you gotta get yours. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You only have so much making out time per Bachelor in Paradise season, so gotta take advantage of that.
Yep. So it is now the next day, and we see Demi arriving, which, let me give a little bit of history with Demi. She was on Colton's season. Got dumped at some point. I don't remember when.
Is he the one who ended up being gay later?
Yeah. And so Demi arrived to Paradise, like, I guess 2 or 3 seasons, or 2 or 3 years back now. And I don't remember if they said it from the beginning or it was revealed halfway through, but she had a girlfriend back home.
At the time?
Yes. And so she came to...
Like, actively?
Yes. So she came to Paradise and, like, she paired up with a guy named Derek. And they were together for a while until the appointed time when it was time to bring the girlfriend onto the beach. And so then she dumped that guy, and then Demi and her girlfriend got engaged on Paradise.
But her girlfriend was not on the show.
No, the show allowed her to bring a non-Bachelor person on, which was very strange.
Wow.
So, but then they broke up pretty quick after filming. So now she's
Wow,
back.
I'm so surprised. You know these Bachelor people are the most stable.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've always just found her very annoying.
Oh, I instantly disliked her. And I know I probably shouldn't say these things. I'm too mean. These are real people who have real feelings, and I'm sorry. She just really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of her on Colton's season, and then it just continued. It was so yeah. She's arriving, and that's where we end.
Though I do want to circle back a little bit because I forgot to bring this up earlier regarding Victoria. Is that when she showed up to talk to David Spade, he's like, "Oh, you're the queen," and then she launches into her whole spiel about how she's been, reborn and transformed and blah 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 blah, and he's just like, "Oh, I didn't get CC'd on that."
Yes, that was good.
And then she walks away, and he's just like, "She's gonna start some shit." Very funny. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth talking about the preview at all. I feel like it's just like a bunch of nonsense.
We'll eventually see it all. Then we had the tag of David complaining about the crabs, which is really funny.
Yeah, because they're at a tropical resort, okay, at the beach. There are gonna be crabs absolutely everywhere.
Just not fun.
On the beach, in the lean-tos, in the buildings, everywhere.
I remember contestants in the past talking about like getting out of the bunk bed and there's crabs right there on the floor and they're in the suitcases. Like,
oh yeah, because they like the warmth, you know. I mean, there was even, as he was complaining about it, there was even one in that room with them. That was pretty funny. Yes, as kind of unique and somewhat irritating as his voice is, he is pretty funny. Should I give our kiss counter?
Yeah, should be interesting to see how this goes since we have so many different people.
Yeah, and I will say, I just want to say ahead of time here that Bachelor in Paradise the tabulation for Bachelor in Paradise may not have the same degree of accuracy as normal seasons because there's so much cutting around and it's just so much editing that it can be tough to understand sometimes. Where, one kiss ends and another kiss begins, Hard to say, really. And so, with that said, I have 14. I'm going to be incredibly just not confident this entire season about the accuracy of this count. But I'm going to soldier ahead anyways because that's what the people want.
Yes, it's a strong start.
Yes, a lot of kissing going back and forth. But how can the good people of the world contact us if they have questions or input or just things they wish to talk to us about?
Our email is groupdatespod@gmail.com. And our Instagram is groupdatespodcast.
Excellent. Yes, don't hesitate to reach out if you have anything for us. We're always interested in little Bachelor Nation tidbits and observations. We're just two people with eyeballs, and we don't necessarily see everything. We don't necessarily catch everything, and we love to hear different perspectives and insight on things as well. So definitely reach out if you so desire. Well, this is going to be quite the roller coaster, I think.
Yeah, Paradise usually is.
Lots of drama, lots of making out, lots of crying.
Oh yeah.
Maybe some arson. We'll see.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh yeah. This has been Group Dates and Hot Takes, a Bachelor Nation podcast. I'm Sampy.
And I'm Christy. We'll talk to you next week.